What's up guys, I'm here at the airport in Costa Rica. I want to do this tutorial now before I land, before I forget about it. I'm also speaking a little bit quietly, but I was flipping through Twitter and I found on a really reputable guitar magazine a 5 positions of the Pentatonic tutorial. And all of these tutorials are great. They're great for learning the scales. The only thing is they always seem to lack the musicality part, which is a little bit difficult to teach unless it's one-on-one, but it is always good to get into it. The scales are, I don't want to say useless, but if it lacks musicality, there's really no point in drilling them into your head. It's almost like learning like dates and times for a test, and then it's not applicable information, so you forget it after the test. Now, luckily, we do keep playing the scales over and over and over. And what I'm seeing in my students when they come to me is, well, I know all these scales, but what the hell do I do with them? So I want to go over simple exercises to add the musicality in. All right, I'm going to try to explain this as in-depth, but also as quickly as I possibly can. So let's just say you have A. Now I do want you guys to do it in every single key possible, but let's just say you have A. What I want you to start doing is just find, if you could put a metronome on too, that'd be great. But just find every single A you possibly can all over the guitar. All right, and then once you can do that, you're starting to open up the guitar neck as a whole. What you're going to do is you're then going to add in the pentatonic the note before the A and the note after the A. So just starting, if I start here, my open A, right? Just don't want to get up there. If I move to this A, going all the way up, starting on each one of my A's and moving up. Now you're taking each A and you're kind of navigating in both directions, the pentatonic. So then the next part is adding the next note after that and the next note after that. So you're going to be able to do, right, in any position. All right, so once that starts becoming a little bit more normalized, and you're going to be using your ear, but you're also going to be able to see the positions are the same. It only gets a little tricky when you're getting into the third and the second string, but for you guys that are just starting with this, you'll blow past that in no time. So now you're moving further and further away, and the idea really is, like, if I'm here, this A, so now I know what to do here, right? So you're able to move around the guitar neck based on simply the first exercise that you did was finding each one of the A's or whatever root note you're using and just moving outside and using the mathematical idea of positioning. You're still using positions. If you notice, if I do it here, and then I do it right here, is the same as if I do it right here. The same thing. But one thing I do want to say, wherever you're doing these, whenever you start on an A, there's always a way to do the exercise lower, like physically, like back in frets, and higher in frets. So each A is going to have 2 different ways to do it. I want to make sure that you guys get that for sure. Except for, I guess, this A would be kind of weird, like, have to move it down, but with that little exception, I want you guys to do both ways in the A. So, and then you're just gonna keep going until the entire pentatonic becomes a little bit more normalized. Because what I really see is if somebody plays this lick, right, sounds good over an A. Now, when they move to another position of the pentatonic, they end up playing it positionally the same. And what I mean by that is they'll do something with thing, but that doesn't work because this is not the A and that is not the A, even though it is in first position. Because first position is obviously the way that we learn the pentatonic. And that's when it starts getting a little bit frustrating, and then we have to backpedal and go into these exercises that we're talking about now. So now the last part of this is going to be playing an actual musical lick and going up the guitar neck with it. And you're going to see still the same position. So I usually pick my lick in first position, or first pentatonic position, and then from there I move it around. Then go back here. Remember, there's always a lower and an upper. So, in whatever lick that you're playing. Now, very, very lastly, a huge part of this is we get very, very locked into, right? Kind of wherever we're putting our inflections is making sure that you can play that in each one of the positions, like the exact same way that you would in your comfortable first position. And that is the seriously advanced part of this, and still something that I struggle with, and a lot of other players struggle with, because it's not something that we do. First position will always be so comfortable for us. So it's very, very difficult to move that around, but just something to think about. So guys, that is my tutorial. Let me know if that works. Let me know if you have any questions, but that is how I try to break out of a mathematical way of playing and learning the pentatonic. Thanks, guys.